Hey everybody, so I just want to say hello again. I figured I'm going to do a quick vlog. I'm putting this out today simply because this weekend's going to be nuts. And I'll probably put out part 5 of the Historic Preservation Trust of Lebanon County, of the Chestnut Street Log House, the attic, and all the mysteries we find up there. But I wanted to give you a little bit of, let you know what's happening with the channel, what this weekend's going to be. Next couple weekends are going to sort of be insane through the end of June. And then talk about a couple different things, talk about a couple of the videos that we have coming out. Also give a big shout out to my Schuylkill County folks. You guys really made the Schuylkill River video take off. It's the biggest video that I've had yet, which is quite cool. But it was also cool to see everybody that, all said greetings from Schuylkill Haven, greetings from Cressona and Pine Grove and all those different areas, Berks County and all the different other surrounding areas. It was really cool to see sort of the community. And I let you guys know I'm going to be doing a lot more in Schuylkill County. We got the Schuylkill Haven train station that's coming up probably beginning of next week. And also next week we'll wind out having the Port Clinton train station. We'll get that done as well. And I'm going to be filming up at Minersville to get that train station up there. I will be doing quite a bit more in Schuylkill County coming up here. I may be going up on Saturday to Port Clinton again, also to Hamburg. One of you had said something about like going to Cabela's and filming all the neat stuff they have there. It's sort of like they have Bass Pro Shops is similar, but to a much lesser extent up in Harrisburg. They have the fish tanks, which are awesome. Cabela's, they're nuts because you can walk in between them and stuff like that. And Bass Pro Shops is cool, but it's not the same. It's not as amazing. And then the cool thing they have at Cabela's too is they have all the animals up there on like the mountain thing and stuff like that. It's just really cool getting to see these different creatures, nature and all this type of stuff. It's a really awesome display. So I want to go up there when I go to Port Clinton. I'm going to visit the candy shop or peanut shop as well, because everybody keeps on telling me to do that. And I am in Tamaqua. I'm going to go visit the bread shop. It sounds really cool. I'll probably do a little video on that and talk about, hey, go check this out. The bread's awesome. I do plan on going back to Tamaqua as well, doing a lot of photography on the main street. That cemetery there, as you're just leaving, I guess it'd be south. I got to go back to Port Carbon. They have another Civil War monument there that is dedicated, I think, to 4 brothers that were all killed in the Civil War. So obviously I want to get back through there. I want to also film through the Country Roads Take Me Home short series. I'm going to do a short series that as we go through these little towns like Newtown, Tremont, Branchdale, all those different little towns, I'm going to do a little run through and do that as a new series. I've been doing those with Cornwall, the different villages, and those have done well. And I think they're pretty neat because you get to get a little view of these little towns. So there's so many of these neat little coal towns. There's one that it's a Welsh name, Lalewin or something like that. It's probably pronounced different than that, but that's a neat little town too. So I think it's a way to view some of these neat towns that nobody knows about to a degree except the people of the local area, and they have such an appreciation for how amazing they are. So I'm hoping to, as well, to go and film at Coleman's Park here shortly to start up the series again. Just like the villages of Cornwall, I'll go and do one of those villages probably in the next 2 weeks. And then go more in depth with the history. Because last time I did it, I sort of did a walk of the town. Well, I want to do maybe a walk of the town, because most of them are rather small. If they're larger towns like Rexmont, Corinchville, some of those, I'm not walking this. I don't have the capability. I'll probably drive through them up and down some of the streets and then do the history of the town. Show some of the older pictures, especially ones like North Cornwall, Bird Coleman, Anthracite. They all had their own iron furnace. I mean, that was sort of the purpose of these towns. These were company buildings made to house the workers that would work at those individual iron furnaces. So they'll be much more intricate, and we'll talk about other things. But the mansions of Mount Lebanon will be changed to the Colemans and their mansions of Mount Lebanon. So we'll go into each of the mansions independently, both shorts and longs, and really go into depth into these extraordinary buildings and see how many different pictures from back then I can get. And then, like, we'll go back to St. Luke's Episcopal Church, to the Ladies' Chapel. That's actually the wood from, I guess, the pantry. And then the butler's pantry doors are right behind where the pastor would preach. So it's a pretty cool bit of something that remains from those homes. And then the gazebo, I don't think it's called a gazebo, but whatever, it's that general idea of what that is. The grandstand, I think, where they would do like the band box. That's actually wood and stone from the one mansion that was right across from it. It's something that's preserved from those places. I mean, there's not a whole lot left. It's just how they did things back then. I'm sure some of the stuff got preserved and taken other places because it was high quality materials, but still, a lot of these places, they just got torn down and that's it. But so I want to get that. Obviously, also as well, the Mason-Dixon line. I didn't know that about my hometown history. One of the things, I am going to go back to Port Clinton, right where we did the Schuylkill River video. I'm going to do a video on why is it called that. And this will be the first of the why is it called that, where we're going to do a short, but we're also going to do a long version, because Walter Robb is the first one that came and said, well, because I said, somebody had asked the question, it might have been Walter Robb that had asked the question, where did the name come from? And I was sort of like, it should have been common sense, because anytime a river has the word kill at the end, it's Dutch. Because if you look at New York City, that was originally a Dutch settlement called New Amsterdam. And a lot of the, like Fishkill, and there's a bunch of other ones that have kill at the end, that's Dutch. It's the word river. I just didn't even clue in, because Schuylkill's such an odd word. You sort of think, Susquehanna is Native American, Tulpehocken is Native American, that's land of the turtle. Swatara is we feasted on eels. Quittapahilla, these are all Native American names. They had a tendency to take the Native American names for a lot of the rivers and keep them. So that's sort of like where my mind went. And then he's like, no, it's actually a Dutch word. And it's cool because school, which, whether that's how it's pronounced or not, I don't think there's an English true pronunciation for it. But, because there's a couple people too that says like Schuylkill or something like that. So there's an odd pronunciation that maybe they once had, but like everybody now says Schuylkill. But school is hidden, so hidden river. So Schuylkill County is the Hidden River County, and the reason it's hidden is where it enters the Delaware River. Apparently, it was hidden, so thus the name Hidden River, and came up with the name Schuylkill. However that's pronounced in Dutch. Schuylkill. That's more Scottish. But anyway, so it was, I want to go up and do a video on that. And that's congratulations. Thank you to the Schuylkill County residents for making that blow up. It's the first video that I had hit 10,000 views. It's now well over 15,000. It's like 15.5. It's nuts. So that's really, really cool. The channel's really grown. I think in the last couple of weeks, we've grown over 300 new subscribers. So welcome to you all. This is one of the things that we do. I do these vlogs. I want to try to do like a weekly update on the channel. where we're heading, what we're doing over the next couple weeks. So this is going to be one that I'm also doing a mail time. For those of you that don't know, my mom just passed a couple weeks back now, a little over 2 weeks. We had the funeral last week. So she would be like 3 weeks, because she'd passed on April 25th, and then we had the ceremony on the 9th. But anyways, so as you can see, all this stuff back here is a lot of candelabras. I am apparently being sacrificed in Delaware for some kind of goat ritual. It's actually for a wedding. But anyways, I am making a trip down on Sunday for the event collective down to Hotel DuPont, Wilmington, Delaware, to deliver this stuff. So I am going to be spending a bunch of time down in Delaware. This will be the first video in another state. So I'm going down to Newcastle. Apparently it is a old style colonial village town, and they still have cobblestone streets and stuff like that. So I think it'll make for some really cool videos. So we're gonna do that. I might even try my first Facebook Reels and some things like that for the Facebook channel, Instagram Reels or whatever they're called. Technology. And possibly Saturday, because I'm not really sure yet whether I'm gonna try this or not. I might try to go to Fort Loudon. Right now it looks like 80% rain out in Fort Loudon, so if that's the case, I'm not driving 2 hours to get soaking wet. Yeah, the older you get, the less you like being wet. Like that. It's just sort of gross and not comfortable. So possibly Fort Loudon. If not, I'll go up and do that Port Clinton thing in Hamburg, because Hamburg I can do everything inside if it's raining, and the Port Clinton stuff will be relatively quick. The Y is it called that for Schuylkill County and Schuylkill River. And then maybe go up to Port Carbon, check that out, do a little bit in Pottsville, that type of thing, because there's just so much. Schuylkill County, I've absolutely, like, my family's from there. My dad, his side of the family, they're all from Pine Grove Ravine, so I have a ton of history in Pine Grove Ravine region. And my mom's family, which I found out, I'm doing Ancestry.com right now, shows you how small the world is. I always assumed the Walborns were from Millersburg. Now the Kuppenhavers, my mom's family, they are from that region, Dauphin County. My mom's family, though, originally were in Myerstown with Daniel Christian Walborn. Now they all moved then to Millersburg and have been there since. So since the mid-1800s, they've been there. But I'm still looking for who the first person is that came over with the Walborns. I'm getting close. I'm getting us into the early 1800s. So apparently they have been here since the early 1800s, because I still haven't gotten the first member of the Walborn family that came over, and still got to look at the Millers and then see, maybe we had some people in the family that served in the Revolutionary War. I don't know that. I mean, I know about the Civil War and that kind of stuff, but it's been a cool experience, because we actually, when we went down the day after my mom's funeral, my brother-in-law Sean treated everybody to Shady Maple. I had a couple of the fountain videos are from Shady Maple there. It's such a neat place. I actually got, which I'll have to show you, I have it in the garage right now because I have all this stuff in the van. I had to make room, take my books and stuff like that I carry around with me, put it in the garage for right now until I get this trip done. Anyways, I got this cool, I have my dad's stick that he would, walking stick that he would go around, where it was more like for fishing. It's like, that's because it float and he had a hook on it. I called it Woody. We went on our trip to Armor Bordner cabin that one time that I hiked up there. Well, I found one really neat walking stick, and it is one really nice and finished, and then it has a Marine Corps emblem on it, and that's for my dad. So I bought that, so you guys will be seeing that on small hikes or whatever that I attempt to do. It depends on how I'm feeling in that regard, because right now I'm having some issues with the foot. One of the concerns, which I'm really unsure whether it actually is or not, but because there's a balance on your ankle where you have tendons that hold everything in place and keep the foot straight. Well, when they had to do this last amputation, they had to remove a bunch of the bones on that side. So there isn't a perfect balance on the outside and inside of the ankle. So the possibility was there that the foot would start to turn inward, develop Charcot, which is a turning of the foot or something like that, because there's not enough bone structure. So I'm not quite sure if it's just, there's a couple different things it could be, but if is that, unfortunately, probably in the fall, I'm looking at that I'll probably lose the leg up, up to the knee, which at the end of the day, like, I'm not happy about it, but when you go through this, you sort of, at some point, you sort of accept this is where we're at, this is what's going to happen, and at some point, that's probably what's going to be best, because it's just not, the leg and the foot aren't going to last, and I got the prosthetic leg, and you go on from there. But I'm hoping I at least last till fall. Hopefully the channel can take off because of the rest of the information I'm going to give you. So I'm sure over the next couple weekends I'll be going probably closer to home, Schuylkill County, Lancaster County, because I was thinking about potentially going down to Lancaster, filming James Buchanan's home, also where he's buried. Maybe do some stuff with the Colemans, do some photography down there, some other, maybe the Fulton Theater, things like that have major import. Get a couple of these different series going again. Heroines of Hometown History, the Hometown History's Greatest Inventions, Tales of Hometown History. Get some of these series going again, some more haunted history. I got to go down to Marietta to do a really cool one down there. There's actually a couple down there. There's a Chickies Hill. Cliff actually just did one on that, the Witches of Chickies Hill, because I had seen a Lebtown. It might have been a Lancaster one. There's a couple of different ones that they cover some really great history. So I think it was the Lancaster one, Undiscovered Lancaster or something like that. I'll have to tell you what it is then. But they talk about this. They built this amusement park and this hotel or something like that on this hill. And there were 3 women accused of being witches. And then there was a curse. And it's a really unique haunted history story that's very, very good. I don't think we'll actually necessarily visit the location, Chickies Hill, but we come maybe close to it, because I can't really walk up that kind of stuff anymore. Anyways, on June 15th, I will be doing, and I'll see if I can get you guys the link, because it's Daughters of the American Revolution contacted me, and they were interested in Pennsylvania chapter and me talking about the Hanover Resolves, which we've done the Pennsylvania Historic Marker on. I will probably do a separate video on that that's a little more in depth. It will be the same thing as my talk that I do there. I don't want to call it a lecture, but it's just basically going through the Hanover Resolves, talking about the 9 men that signed, the significance of those documents, because they were the first of their kind. We're at the 250th anniversary of those documents, so they want me to speak on that, because really I'm the only one that has addressed it. I found some information on the internet about it, but the Hanover Resolves that will come up when you look at it on the internet are mainly the Hanover, Virginia, because I think they were primarily written by Thomas Paine, Thomas Jefferson, other really well-known individuals, whereas this is a very small township. It was less a declaration of independence and more an airing of grievances, but it's still a very, very cool document, very unique, very first of its kind, and it sort of went outwards from there, where a number of other communities then decided to have their resolves, until eventually leading to 1776, where we had our Declaration of Independence. How much influence it had on that particular document? Probably not much, just simply because it had been 2 years prior, and Thomas Jefferson was sort of a man of the moment. So what he wrote would be in particular to that event, and it was an airing of grievances, of saying these are our problems with the crown and how we're being treated, but it also was, we declare our independence, because there's no way, we have tried over and over and over and over again to resolve these differences, and it's just not happening. So anyways, June 15th, on that Saturday, I will be doing that. I'm in the process of putting it together. Ancestry.com, I also got that, so I can get more documents on these guys, because 2 or 3 of them, there's a decent amount of information about them. The other guys, not so much. Most of them are probably gentlemen farmers, so, but I'd like to find out whether they served in the Revolution, what they did beyond, because the one guy, his son, I'm pretty sure it's his son, just because of the amount of years. I'm assuming that his son, William Clark, is the one that became the 4th treasurer of the United States. So there's some pretty cool, lineage there with that one individual. And being they were from the same area, most likely it was William Clark Jr. or whatever. So just the third things I need to clarify, and then send that in to the lady who's working with me in this, so she knows exactly what I'm going to be speaking on, and maybe any pictures that are relevant, things like that nature. June 22nd, I am going to be working, as of right now, I'm going to be working with the Historic Schaeferstown LLC at their Cherry Festival, be a storyteller or whatever they're looking for me to do. I will be dressed up in French and Indian era garb. I'm going to try to have that. And then I was hoping to start the Myerstown Historic Walks in June, but they have the house open in June 15th, which is the same day as this Daughters of the American Revolution. I just sort of have to take advantage of that opportunity, just because. But the following, which is sort of works to a degree, July, being that that's the Independence, July 4th, it'll probably be the second week of July, I think is what it is. I am going to be dressed as a World War II soldier. And talk about it from that perspective of what would have Myerstown been like in the 40s during World War II. The patriotism, the people celebrating their sons being over there and praying for them, the worry, the concern, the sorrow if you became a Gold Star mom, and sort of talk about who was there at those times. I figured it'd be the easiest one to do because it's a time that I'm very familiar with from research, and also I don't have to go back as far to know what was there, and I also don't have to worry about any of the buildings, whether they were there or not, because they were clearly there. A lot of them were built in the late 1800s, early 1900s, so I feel it'd probably be the easiest way to get acclimated to doing these walking tours, to get comfortable with getting in character, with using the euphemisms and just the speech patterns and different things. How do I want to approach that and stuff like that, and just talk about an era that is easily identifiable. I think that would be the best, but that'll start in July. I would like to, depending on how busy things are, the first YouTuber meet and greet probably in July, late July, to try to do the Millersburg Ferry. So it's going to take a couple months to put that together, if it's not too late to try to do something like that. So we'll see how that all goes, but that's the direction we're going with the channel right now. So I want to say thank you to everybody. You guys have been awesome. This channel has been phenomenal. I want to say thank you to everybody, because I'm about to go into the cards for how kind everybody's been about the whole situation here with my mom. It's been an experience, because you only have one mom, and it's I think it's still surreal. It hasn't entirely hit yet that she's gone, but I have the moments where you think about, we had our poking battles and the hairy kisses. She used to joke about she took as many as she could get, but she was like, ugh, hairy kisses, and not being able to hold her hand anymore, not being able to touch her and give her a kiss, tell her that I love her. Those are the things that they hit home, and are the hard times. Handled the funeral well. like, I wasn't sure emotionally how I was going to handle it, just because you have so many people come and see you, and you're like, well, you know, memories and all this kind of stuff. And I will always cherish the day before her last. She was really, really out of it, and very sort of animated, and it's sort of one of those things at the end of somebody's life, they can sense something's happening, and they just sort of like are very active, and she wasn't active like that before. And she sort of calmed down, and then there was a moment of clarity where she came out and was like, there's my Johnny. And it was just that's a moment I always cherish. And weirdly, the last day, she was just, the eyes were blank. She had gone on at that stage pretty much. You know, mentally her brain was fully shutting down because it's dementia that got her in the end. I always bent down, gave her a kiss on her forehead, and then bent down to allow her to give her a chance to give a kiss, and her lips moved, and I'll take it as she was giving me a kiss. Probably wasn't, but I'll take it as that. And you know, I'm so thankful for my sisters, and just everything, because you don't want to face something like that alone because of how hard it is. But so I don't get this video any longer, we're gonna do cards. I got this one here. Hi there. I believe this is from Jay. Yep, this is from Jay. So great message. Thank you for the gift once again, Jay. This was right coming up to Easter. I got this card here from Kate. Look how pretty it is, and shiny card. This is from Kate. So if I can open it, Kate. I was able to open it once, but now I'm getting older. I'm opening it the wrong way. That would be why. So this is a Happy Easter card. Thank you, Kate. This is shiny and bright. Absolutely love it. I was trying to open it up on the top part because I'm an idiot. And then these cards. These are the sympathy cards, which were so awesome. It just, some really beautiful messages. I showed these to my sisters. Really nice. This is from, I believe, Laura and Kevin. Laura is Laura from Marker Quest. Yep. Beautiful message. Thank you so much, Laura. And I love the pretty flowers on there as well. But thank you, Laura, for that card, for the message. And next is Kate, I believe. Yes, indeed. Another one with beautiful flowers on. Thank you once again for the message and for the card, Kate. Next, we have, I believe this is Jay. Yes. Thank you so much for the card and the message once again, Jay. This was really, really beautiful. I love, like, I didn't even realize I said this. Pretty awesome. Grief is the price we pay for love. And that is, I think that was from, there was a thing that Andrew Garfield, they did. His mom had passed, and his dad and his brother were still, still here. And he said, it's, he said, I hope I keep on feeling this, because it's all the love. And we told her every day that we loved her. And that was very much with Mom. We told her every day that we loved her, and all. But it's all the I love yous, you're the best, all that you never got to say. That's what grief is in a way. It's, I'm missing you. And I don't ever want to reach the point where I'm not missing my mom. And, grief it's the price we pay for love. You love deeply, you grieve deeply. So thank you, Jay. And this last one, look, here is from Carolyn. Another beautiful card. And of course, I showed you guys as well. Thank you, Carolyn, for the card, the message. I had shown you guys the really awesome gift from Debbie, the wind chimes. Absolutely adore those. They're so fantastic. They're such a beautiful sounding wind chime. And I showed it to my sisters. They just loved it so much. So I decided this last week, and it was awesome because Amazon got them to me quickly. I was able to give them both the same wind chime for Mother's Day. And that way we can all remember Mom the same and all have the same beautiful wind chimes that were so graciously given. Debbie, thank you so much. I really, I can't say thank you enough. It was such a neat gift. And these cards, they mean more than you know. I mean, you guys understand. You guys are awesome people. Like this, I've talked about Hometown Historian channel. It very much is. It's a family. And I look forward to meeting a lot of you. I do plan out, like I said, Kate, at some point I'm coming out to Bellefonte, hopefully this summer. There's a number of you, even at some point I want to try to go down south. I'd love to meet you, Jay, and John, come down through there, because I will be traveling further and further as health gets better. The foot thing sort of is what it is, but I'm handling it well. It's just sort of some of those things you got to be cognizant of and sort of be planning ahead of where things go. But even when if it does happen, the prosthetic's going to take me a couple weeks to semi get used to it, get the balance somewhat back. But I'm pretty resilient with this type of stuff, and I'm in a different place health-wise than I was, say, if I would have had to have this surgery a year ago. I'm not sure I would have survived it, just because everything was just awful. I had no, I can't think of what the word is right now, but my immunity was gone. And when you don't have an immune system, you're not in a good place. And now that that's back and I'm chugging along, I think we'll be okay. It'll take probably about a month until I'm back up doing some of the things I want. Even then, it's going to take time, but it ultimately will probably be the right thing. It'll be the best thing. But anyways, I'm not going to keep this going because we're at 32 minutes. A yippee yap about our adventures and whatnot. But we got a lot of great stuff coming up. I'm really excited. Like I said, for when I do the thing for the Daughters of the American Revolution for the Hanover Resolves, hopefully there'll be a link or something like that you guys can check that out then. And we go from there. But as always, I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming along on these adventures, hanging out here with good old Chuck. And we got plenty more adventures to come. I'll continue to be, right now, I'm really chugging out the shorts. So we're going to continue to do probably 3, 4, maybe 5, depending on what I have. I got a bunch more classic cars done. I just have to, I'm not that great with, I know what they are, but I want to know the year and get a little more information on them. Some really cool old vehicles right down the road here, and I actually have quite a few more that I want to film yet, but they were sort of looking at me a little weird. So I was like, I'm going to do 4. I'm going to get out of here. But anyways, I think that's another cool thing. I'm starting a new series of Beauty is Everywhere. So I do all these flower pictures and things like that. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to start. I see these things. I'm going to do shorts on that. Hikes in a Hurry. I was at Union Canal Tunnel Park yesterday. Got about 5 or 6 videos there. Valley Forge, of course, we were at last weekend. That was a cool experience. It's all shorts at this stage because I'm trying to be careful with that, because I just don't know what's allowable and what isn't. Some of these national parks are weirder than others. It's a pretty bird over on the branch there right now. He's posing. She's posing. Whichever one it is. But anyways, excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Birdie, which are you? But anyways, we got a lot to come up, and so that'll be continuing, and hopefully I'll be getting a long form video out every single day. There might be a day or so that I miss just because started doing the hometown country church series. I'm gonna start doing that. A lot of the churches we visited already, ones that we haven't, just to show them how pretty they are, the stained glass, the unique features of these country churches. But I think there's a lot of fun stuff that's coming up, unique aspects of history and all that kind of cool stuff. So as always, thank you for coming along, and we will see you all about town.